Hello and welcome to class. We are starting today at the end of our mat with the feet hip distance apart and some big shoulder rolls backwards. So start to roll your shoulders down and away from your ears, taking those nice deep breaths. Just one more there, and then we're going to start a head roll. So take your ear over to one shoulder and then start a gentle head roll, forehead down, rolling all the way around to the other side and returning back to center. Just repeat that over in the other direction. So that big head roll, ear towards the shoulder, and then start to roll the chin towards the chest, coming all the way back to center. We're taking a deep breath in through our nose, and as we exhale out through the mouth, we're going to roll down one vertebrae at a time, taking a roll down stretch. So relax behind your knees. If you're feeling tight, bend through your knees a little bit more and just let the body hang over the legs here. You might like to take a slight gentle rock from side to side. And you can also take the hands to the elbows if that feels nice for you. Just hanging here, soft knees, letting the body hang over the legs. We're going to start to relax the hands to the mat now. Bend through the knees a little bit more and walk our hands forward, coming down onto all fours. So bring your knees under your hips, your wrists under your shoulders, and untuck those toes. Moving into some cat-cow stretches, we're breathing in through our nose as we open through the chest, and it's an exhale out through the mouth to round the spine, scooping up through those abdominal muscles. Just move through these two positions a few times at your own pace, really moving one vertebrae at a time. So it's like your body or your spine is performing a wave and you're really moving through slowly, getting the most out of every little movement. We're just going to do one more here. So one more time. And then we're going to try that movement, but in a circular motion. I like to call this one disco cat. So if you use your ribs and try to draw a circle with the ribs. So we're still going through the center, arching through the spine, and then rounding up. The only difference is I'm drawing a big circle. And then let's reverse it, go back the other way. This one's really good for the spine. It can feel a bit silly, but if you just let yourself relax, let the head move around with the body, it feels quite nice. Let's finish off one more circle there, and then we'll come back to neutral. We're going to walk the hands over to the left side of the mat now, and just continue that cat-cow once again. This time, hands are over to the left, so we will feel an extra stretch down the right side of the body. Doing all the same things as you did before, breathing in through the nose to open through the chest and exhaling out through the mouth to round the spine, scooping up as much as you can, one vertebrae at a time. Good, we'll just finish off one more here at our own pace. And then we're going to sit back to the heels and return to all fours. So keeping those hands on the left side, you're sitting back to your heels or as far as you can, and then coming back to all fours. You should get that nice stretch across the right side of the body as you sit back. It's also a good one for those knees and hips as well. Beautiful. Finish off that last one and we'll walk it over to the right side of the mat. Starting just with the cat-cow. So breathing in through the nose to open through the chest. Exhale, round that spine, feel that stretch down the left side of the body this time. Good. Each time you round the spine, think of pushing the floor away with the hands. So imagine you're pushing into the floor, trying to push the floor away. We'll just do this one more time at our own pace. So one more set, rounding that spine, scooping up as much as we can. And returning back to neutral, and then we're going to sit back and come forward back to all fours. So you're shifting your body weight back, seeing if you can sit all the way back to the heels. Really good for our joints, for our hips and our knees. And then we're also getting that nice stretch down the left side of the body. Good. Just finish off your last one and then walk your hands back to the center of the mat. We're taking the left hand behind the head now. As we exhale, we're going to rotate the body, drawing the elbow across towards the right elbow. As we inhale, we're opening up towards the ceiling. So continue with this. So you rotate inwards, elbow to elbow or elbow across the body. Then as you inhale, think of pushing the floor away with that supporting hand and really try to see if you can open all the way up to the ceiling. That's it. Good. We'll just try one more to this side. Breathing in to open up. And then place that left hand down. We'll repeat that with the right hand behind the head. So it's that exhale to go across the body and inhale to rotate up. I really like to think of pushing the floor away with that supporting hand as I rotate my upper body and try to open the elbow up to the ceiling as much as possible. Just a couple more times here. You should feel that nice stretch across the upper back as well as you open it out. Good. We'll pop the hand back down. We're going to reach for our Pilates ball now, and we're placing the right hand on top of the ball, the palm of the hand facing up. We're going to roll the ball underneath our left arm. So make sure you rotate that left hand on the floor to create that space to bring the shoulder down towards the mat. We're going to hold here for a few breaths. So feel that stretch across the upper back and shoulders, and just take a few deep breaths here. Breathing in through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth. Just draw that ball back to center when you're ready, and we'll go to the left side. So back of the hand on the ball and the palm of the hand faces up. And by rotating that supporting hand on the floor, it makes it easier, creates that space to bring the shoulder down towards the mat. Taking a few deep breaths, feeling that stretch across the upper back and shoulders. And when you're ready, roll that ball back through center. We're going to pop the feet together, the knees wide, the hands on the ball, and just take a prayer stretch. So forehead down towards the mat. Hands can be on the ball so that you feel that stretch under the arms as well. Take a few deep breaths, really feel the spine lengthen, the arms out nice and long, and sitting back as far as you can on your feet. Beautiful. And we'll roll the ball in, coming back to sitting. Wonderful work. We're going to come up to sitting now. So just shuffle to the top of your mat with the knees bent and the feet hip distance apart, the arms out in front. We're going to take a roll down. So as you exhale, nice and slowly, let's roll down towards our mat. One vertebrae at a time, using that core control, keeping the chin tucked, eyes looking forward, and then eventually resting the head down. You might like to just reshuffle so you're in the center of your mat here. We're going to do our T-zone activation, and then we'll keep moving with our stretches. So if you place your fingertips a couple of centimeters inside your hip bones, visualize that T, the top of the T from hip bone to hip bone as your deep abdominals, and the bottom of the T from the pubic bone up to meet that line as your pelvic floor. So we're going to take a bent knee fall out as we focus on our T-zone activation. So breathing in through the nose, lower one knee out to the side of the body and focus on contracting up through your pelvic region, so along that vertical line. As you exhale and bring the knee back to the center, imagine you're trying to pull your hip bones in towards each other by tightening your deep abdominals. So we're alternating sides here, so go one leg, then the other. Keeping our spine just in that neutral, natural curve in our lower back. And as we lower each leg, we don't want to be rocking from side to side. So it is a controlled lower and lift back to center. The breath in through the nose as the leg lowers down is when we're thinking about the pelvic floor. So contracting up through the pelvic region like we're trying to hold on from going to the toilet. The breath out as we draw the knee back to center. Focus on tightening your deep abdominals, or like imagining you could bring your hip bones in towards each other, how you would do that. And you should, as you get stronger through this area, you'll feel a tightening and flattening under the fingertips as you do this. Beautiful. Finish off your last one, and then we're going to bring our right knee in towards our chest. Slide our left leg out long and just do some big hip circles. So using the hands just to draw circles with that leg. Really no rules. Move into that hip joint wherever feels best for you. And then you might like to circle it back the other way as well. So do a few big circles here. And let's circle one more time, or just finish what you need, and then draw that knee back in towards the center of your chest, wrapping both hands around the shins. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, just scoop up into an ab curl position, and then lift that left leg up off the floor. So we're drawing the knee in, breathing in and out. Hold this curl, nose towards the knee. One more deep breath, and then slowly lower the leg and the head back to the mat. We're going to roll onto the left side of the body now, taking that right leg all the way over to the floor and reaching our arms out. So you should have your right hand on top of the left, and then we're going to reach up and over into a spiral stretch. Good. So we're reaching forward and back, feeling that opening and that stretch across the spine as you take that arm over and roll the head also so the eyes are looking towards the hand. Good. Next time you take it over, just hold it there. We want to keep that right knee heavy on the floor, so you might like to take the left hand to the knee just to help hold it down. Eyes looking towards that right hand and just feeling that stretch across the spine here. Beautiful. Take one last deep breath, and then we'll reach that right hand back up and over, following with the head, and you can use the hand on the floor just to rock back onto the back of your body. Let's even this out now. So bring that left knee into your chest, slide that right leg long. Let's go for those big circles into the hip. So whatever it is you need here today, no rules, just move into that joint however feels best for you. And you might like to circle it back the other way as well. Good. Finish that one off there. Then draw the knee in, holding around the shin. Take that deep breath. Exhale, scoop up into your curl. Lift that right leg up off the mat, holding this position. With every exhale, try to scoop up a little bit more. Keep those shoulders down and away from the ears and your chin tucked, eyes looking forward. Last breath, and then relax the head and the leg down. Take your roll over to the right side this time, with that left leg coming all the way over, arms reaching out, left hand on top. When you're ready, reach it up and over and roll the head, eyes looking towards the hand. So we'll take a few reaches here, opening up and then rolling back to the side. Taking deep breaths. The next time we open up, we're going to take a hold. So reach that arm up and over, following with the eyes, and let's hold it here. You might like to take the right hand this time to the left knee, looking towards that left hand. And just taking one last deep breath. And then we'll reach that left hand back up and over, using the hand on the mat just to rock back to the back of your body. And just reshuffle to the center of your mat. Beautiful. Let's bring one knee back into the chest like you did before. We're going to scoop back up into that curl position. This time we're going to be holding it there. We're going to take a pulse and then switch to the other side. So switching from one side to the other, make sure you're breathing in and out as you go. Breathe in and out. Keep the curl, chin tucked, eyes looking forward, pulse, and then switch. Pulse, and then switch. Good. Breathing in and out. Just for a few more. Let's go for just one more to each side. Finish your last one. Bring the knees in and then rest the head down. Take a deep breath and we'll take the feet back to the mat. From here, reach for your ball, lift your hips up and place the ball underneath your pelvis. So just make sure it is under the pelvis and not the lower back, and then bring your legs to tabletop. You'll know you've got the ball in the right position because you'll feel like it's might be a bit wobbly, yes, but a little bit easier to keep an imprinted spine. So if it's under the lower back, your back will be arching and that will be the incorrect position. Once you've got your legs in tabletop, hip distance apart, we'll start a toe tap. So as we exhale, we're going to tap one toe to the mat and inhale, bring it back to tabletop. So we're alternating legs here, and our aim is to keep our arms nice and relaxed by our side and finding that connection to the T-zone so we can keep as stable as possible. So visualizing those hip bones drawing in towards each other. Imagine tightening and flattening along that horizontal line of the T. Each time you tap, you can make it easier by tapping closer to the body or more challenging by tapping further away. We're just going to do a couple more here. Finish off your last one and then straighten your legs up towards the ceiling. This time we're going to inhale and lower a straight leg down towards the floor. Exhale and lift it back up. So you'll feel that extra stretch across the hip flexor as the leg lowers and also down the back of the leg of the one that stays in the air. So as you can go, you can think about splitting the legs away from each other. So you can lower the leg down and lift, but you can also think of drawing the leg towards you that stays up in the air. So creating that split position, stretching across the hip flexor and also down the back of the leg. But as you go, making sure you're stabilizing through that T-zone so we're not wobbling from side to side. So take your time, breathe in to lower down and breathe out to lift back up. Good, just a couple more here. Finish off that last one and then we'll hug the knees in and carefully just take that left foot to the floor. Draw the right knee in and slowly extend that left leg away. So we're going to get a nice stretch across our hip flexor. You can either hold on to that right leg with both hands or pop one just onto the mat for extra support. Deep breaths here. With every exhale, draw that knee in a little bit closer. Enjoy that stretch on the ball. This is a really nice one for our hips. Nice opening of the hip. When you're ready, carefully slide that left leg in and swap to the other side. So we're going to draw the left knee into the chest and slide our right leg out long on the mat. either holding on with both hands to that leg or popping one to the floor for extra support. You do what works best for you. And finishing off that last little breath and stretch here, and then we'll place both feet on the floor, lift our hips and just take that ball away, popping it over to the side. Well done. We're going to relax the legs out long now and take our arms out with the palms facing up towards the ceiling. As we exhale, we're going to scoop up into an ab curl and reach our right arm up and over. The aim to reach over towards your left hand as far as you can, and then rolling back to center, arms out wide. So we're moving from side to side, so it's a bit of a curl first, then we keep that scoop through the tummy as we reach up and over. A really nice one for our spine. So take your time. We want to scoop up through the abs, so think chin to chest. And then it's a real reach for that hand that's on the floor, and you'll feel that stretch across the spine. It's okay if your hip lifts up, but leave that till last so you get a nice stretch across the body. So the last thing to lift up is that hip. So if I'm moving to the right, the last thing to lift is my left hip. Each time seeing if you can reach a little bit further as you go. And just keep your legs nice and relaxed. So the legs are super relaxed on the floor so that they'll just sort of roll with the body. So no tension in the legs at all. Keep them soft like jelly as you go. We're just going to finish off one more to each side here. So maybe finish the one you're on and do one more to the other side as well. Take your time. Now that you've done a few, you might be finding you can reach a little bit further. Once you finish your last one, we're going to repeat this similar process, but this time with the legs. So we lift one leg up through the center, and then we rock the hips over, aiming to get that foot across towards the opposite hand on the floor. So keep those arms out, lift the leg through the center, then rock those hips. So let them rock and see if you can reach the foot towards the opposite hand. It might be very far away, and that's okay, but that's your aim. The higher you lift through the center, the closer it's going to be when you do take that rock over. Keep those arms relaxed this time, so head stays on the mat, arms relaxed out to the side, and of course be alternating legs. So go one side and then the other. This is another really good one for the spine as well. You'll feel it as you take that leg across. My legs are a little bit too long. They get cut out here in the camera, so sorry about that. But you get the idea. Each time I'm trying to take my foot towards the hand that's on the mat. So whichever side I'm rocking to, aiming for that hand as much as I can. Good. Let's just finish off our last one there. So finish off one more, and then we're going to take a happy baby stretch. So we're going to reach for the inside of our heels and just draw our knees down either side of our body. So we want the feet looking flat towards the ceiling. Just a gentle draw down with the hands. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. With every exhale, seeing if you can draw those knees a little closer towards the floor. And we'll just take one more deep breath here. And then just bring those legs back in, hug those knees to your chest. And we'll just take some circles here, giving that lower back a bit of a massage on the mat, circling those legs around. And go back the other way as well, circling back in the other direction. Good, hugging those knees in. We're going to make our way back up to our hands and knees now. So back up to the knees, take your time. And we're also going to be grabbing our Pilates ball once again. So just pop the ball sort of underneath your chest on all fours. Might take a bit to get it to stay still, but pop it underneath you just so it's easy to reach for. We're taking our right leg just out to the side of the body, so it's out in line with the hip. And then we're going to shift our weight backwards and forwards. So I'm getting that nice stretch into my right hip flexor. And you really want to think about sitting the tailbone back, or like you're poking the tailbone back to the wall or whatever's behind you as much as you can. So you do feel it in that hip flexor as well as the inner thigh as well. And let's just do that one more time. And then we're coming back onto the hands. We're going to take a deep breath in and reach our right hand up, opening up, eyes look up towards the ceiling. As we exhale, we're going to take the back of that hand to the ball, just like you did earlier. We're rolling under the arm. The only difference is we have that right leg extended out to the side. So taking that right shoulder down towards the mat as much as you can, breathing in and out. One more time, and then let's roll it back to the center, pop the hand down, and we're going to take that sit back all the way or as far as you can and just hold it there for a couple of breaths. Good, and let's shift that weight forward. Let's do the other side. So this time, left leg out to the side of the body, the foot on the floor. My ball just won't stay still here. Try to get your ball just to stay still under your chest as best as you can. And then start your little shifts backwards and forwards. So think of sticking the tailbone back and coming forward. And just one more time. And then we're going to take that left hand up this time. So coming back to the hands. As you breathe in, reach that left hand up, open up to the ceiling, eyes look up. As you breathe out, take the back of the hand to the ball, roll it under. Remember to rotate that hand on the floor so that you're making that space. And you can take the shoulder as close to the ground as you can. Last deep breath here, and then we'll slowly roll it back through the center and just sit back that one last time, holding that stretch this time. Good, and start to make your way forward once again, and you can bring that left leg back in underneath you. Just pop the ball to the side and out the way. We're going to tuck our toes under and lift up into a pike stretch. So pike your hips to the ceiling, press your heels down towards your mat, the eyes looking in between your legs. Taking a few deep breaths here. We're going to pedal through the feet, so bending one knee and then the other. Just moving at your own pace. Good. Just finishing off that last little pedal there. And then we're going to rise up onto both toes. Press those heels down. Just a couple more times. Rising up onto your tippy toes. Press those heels down together. Bending through the knees now. We're going to walk those hands in towards our feet. So returning to that position that we were in at the beginning of class, hanging over the legs with nice soft knees. You might like to take those elbows once again, those nice rocks from side to side. Just keep nice and soft behind the knees. Let the body hang here over the legs. Taking a nice deep breath in and out. You might like to do a few head nods or shakes from side to side, just releasing any tension from the back of your neck. And then when you're ready, exhale and slowly roll back up to standing, one vertebrae at a time, finishing with the shoulders down and back. Thank you very much for joining me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this stretch and release, and I will see you next time. Bye.